Right. 29 October 2025. And today I'm so excited to be giving you an update on Nkulumane. So Nkulumane is the constituency where I'm going to be contesting as an MP. This comes after our MP, Desire Moyo, has passed away in an accident last month. Very unfortunate. And unfortunately, he had not managed to complete his plans. So Gambakwe is a completely different MP. We are going to have a different plan and agenda from Gambakwe. But before we talk of Gambakwe's agenda, we must understand the agenda of the MP that is passed away. That is Desire Moyo. He had a massive plan. And most of you might not have known it. But today I'm going to understand clearly what was the plan that Desire Moyo had for Nkulumane. And I will tell you afterwards which parts I'm going to keep, which parts I'm going to give to the councillors, and which parts we are going to do away with, which new parts we are going to have. So Nkulumane is going to become a smart city with a CBD. That is my plan. Nkulumane is going to be a smart city with a CBD. And today I'm going to show you what Desire Moyo had in plan. So I'll play for you a short video of about 4 minutes with the Desire Moyo himself, MP, the late MP, speaking. And then I'll unpack for you what we're planning to do. So let's quickly go through it. And this is very, very interesting. So all of you listen very, very carefully.
The health, education, and security sector to see how best Nkulumane can be a home for everyone. So I am happy that the constituency, the residents are very cooperative. We've also harnessed the power of the business community supporting our familiarization tour and also supporting our 2 endeavors that we have done so far in March and also on May 25 when we unveiled these pillars of development to the people of Nkulumane. Now, the way forward. The fact that now we have created Nkulumane as a communicative community and also as a participatory community, we have harnessed everyone to come on board to set up and also to identify areas of development. We are now setting out to mobilize resources. We are now going all out to invite the business community. We are now going all out to invite all the sons and daughters of Nkulumane who are outside our borders, be it in South Africa or beyond, even overseas in diaspora, to say, let us remember our sons and daughters, our friends, our colleagues, our parents, and our grannies in Nkulumane. How best can we support Nkulumane so that we make Nkulumane proud again? So between now and the next 365 days, I am sure, working together with the development committee and also the compassion team and finally the CTF committee, we are going to be inviting, we are going to be luring well-wishers to come and help us build Nkulumane. Nkulumane needs a lot of development in terms of the road infrastructure, which is what we are looking at together with our 2 councillors, Umama Untomzoto Kumalo, Lojaha, Councillor Umeli Moyo. We are all out to engage with the city council to also look into our roads and also look into potential sites where we can drill boreholes, maybe through the CTF for our schools, maybe for our police stations as well. We're also working all out to look into the elders within our Nkulumane constituency. We want to establish a fund that will look into the elders Abase Nkulumane. So the development committee has a cluster, a social services cluster that will look into the livelihoods of Abadala Betasabekulile, 65 years and above. We're going to be working with the city council and we're also working with the respective ministry of government to say how best can we assist Abadala Betu. Abadala Betu, they have a lot of challenges. With no one to look after them. So as the office of the MP, together with the people's committees that we have established, we want to take care of our elders, Abase Nkulumane. So we are going all out to create a database to assist them. And also for the next 365 days, we want to see the development committee hand in glove working with the CTF to also look into the issues of security. We want to help facilitate the establishment of neighborhood committees throughout all the wards, throughout all the communities within Nkulumane. This will help us curb crime. 2 weeks ago, after having met the Nkulumane police officers, we agreed that there is need to have residents working with the police. I had the time to expect to just move around at night around Nkulumane constituency, and I was happy to see about 5 neighborhood committees, going around at night.
Okay, so I'm going to pause briefly, and I want to take you through what he said now, and then I'll explain to you what is this plan is coming from a document called the Nkulumane Constituency Development Plan. It's a 5-year plan which was developed, and I'll share with you the document as soon as the vacancy is proclaimed. We are going to open the groups. We've got a number of WhatsApp groups that we've created. So I'm not going to do things the way that MP, the late MP Desire Moyo was doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to change a lot, and that is because our agendas are different. So he had an agenda. So I'll show you what his agenda was. He had 11 clusters of development. And that document, I hope that most of you have seen that document, where he set out the clusters, 11 clusters. Some of the things that he planned to do was to fix the roads, improve security through the neighborhood watch committees, fix infrastructure by fixing the selling stands or stores for informal traders. He also wanted to help the old people in the constituency. So that is in his development plan. I'll unpack it for you. I'll share with you the document, as I said, in the groups, and I'll also share an article with you after this so that you can see what he was saying. So obviously our MP has passed away. It's very sad. And I know, according to what was said during the funeral, that himself, he did not have a house. So I don't know how his family is living now. We're going to find out when I'm on the ground. We're going to find out what's happening there. And I'll unpack for you the plans that we'll do also for his group, the people that were working with him in his arts groups. So all those things, we're going to deal with them. I promise you that we're not going to leave anything hanging. So we're going to tie up everything that needs to be tied up. So his agenda is clear. It was a community-focused, governance-focused, security-focused, and assistance focus. So there's where we're going to have a big change. So we're going to have a big change because my focus is on 2 things. So that is employment creation. So what we want to do is to create a smart city in Nkulumane. We want to have a CBD. So if you see me elected in Nkulumane, that's all I'm working on. A CBD, when I have a central business district, so that when people go to Nkulumane, they can have commerce, they can buy and sell, they can go to offices, they can go to business projects, they can buy things. So Nkulumane is no longer going to be a suburb, it will be a smart city. So we're going to transform Nkulumane into a smart city. That's my agenda right now. Why do I say Nkulumane must be a smart city? Nkulumane is the biggest suburb in the whole of Bulawayo. I know there are new suburbs that are scattered around with lots of stands, empty stands. Nkulumane is the biggest organized suburb. And we're going to turn it into a smart city with the CBD. Then in terms of agenda, my agenda is to create employment. So you should be able to go to work in Nkulumane, to start a business in Nkulumane, and then you should be able to transact. So we'll transform the constituency into a center for business. That means security is no longer going to be managed as a community initiative. We're going to have focus groups. So we're going to have a security focus group where there's going to be businesses in security. So one of the things that we'll do is that there will be a security company that will deal with security. So those guys who are right now doing neighborhood watch, we're going to transform them into a company. And then we'll raise funds and pay them. So they'll have to become a business. So Nkulumane will have a security company. We're going to turn things like what he's talking about water. He was talking about water. He's talking about furniture for Nkulumane High. He was talking about lack of furniture, lack of security, fencing. So the kind of fencing we're going to do is not the same as what is there right now. We're going to change. So there will be a construction company for Nkulumane. There will be a company that builds. So we're going to build a smart city. So we're going to build it. And we're going to have a company that does that. They're talking about funerals, people passing away. We're going to have a funeral policy for Nkulumane or a funeral insurance. So the way we're going to do it is such that our community's money does not fly out. So the money of our community is going to be used in the companies that we're going to create. So we're going to enable the people of our constituency through our local companies. So if you are talking of someone has passed away, it's no longer going to be, let's donate $1 each. There will be a company a focus group that will create a company, which will be a constituent-owned company, which will do that all the way to dealing with funerals and so forth. I'm just giving you an example. There are so many things. Take, for example, if you want to go into agriculture, if you want to do chickens, we're going to have a company that does chickens. We're going to have a company that does fish. We're going to have a company that does entertainment. We're going to have a hotel. We're going to have a hospital. So watch these things I'm saying, the good things that we're recording, so you can see, and then you can then go in future. Even if I'm not there, just like we're doing with MP Desire Moyo, we're going back to his plans and unpacking what he said. So what is my focus? My focus is on business, that is employment creation, and then a smart city. We must have a smart city. Nkulumane must become a town, so not just a normal, ordinary constituency. Other constituents cannot do it because they are so old. So if you go to, for example, Makokoba, you can't go and create Makokoba smart city without doing a lot. You have to do a lot of designing. It's possible, you can do it. But for Nkulumane, it's very easy. We've got so many spaces and we're able to do these things. So my focus is going to be different. So what am I going to do with these plans? So let's look at his plans here. And let's share the screen so that you can see what I'm looking at. I want to now share what I'm presenting. I've unfortunately closed one of my windows. So let's look at the things that he was doing. And this is still under development. So MP Desire Moyo was looking at these areas, youth and social. He wanted to develop a youth center to reduce drug abuse. Safety and security, he wanted to build a fence around Geta and Nkulumane. Infrastructure, he wanted to put solar lights. And then in trade and sanitation, he wanted to do stands for local and formal traders. Then he had other clusters here, like let's look at public toilets and designated stands for locals, and then a CDF committee. He also worked through a number of other structures. So these structures that he worked through, they include, let me look at these structures that he worked through here so that we're clear. So there was a CDF committee where the initial allocation was $50,000. So that money was available to the constituency, $50,000. And then there was a committee. Let me look at these committees here so that I don't get it wrong. There was a visionary plan, a transparency and unity, a compassionate committee, and then we had a square security for the squares. So those things, what I will do, I'm going to hand them over to the councillors. So all these things that you're looking at, fencing for Nkulumane, for Nketa High School, or for all these places that he's mentioning here. I do not know that Nketa is one of ours, but Nketa 6 Primary is one of ours, and Nkulumane High is one of ours. You know where Nkulumane High is. Nkulumane High is almost in Nketa, right? So what we are going to do is all these projects That is compassionate, security, sanitation, all these things that are here. We're going to hand them over to the councillors. So the councillors will do those. You won't see me dealing with all the things that I mentioned here. In terms of what we're going to do, where we're going to focus, where we're going to pick up. He said he's going to create a database. We're going to pick up the database. So within the next few months, you're going to have a database of everybody in Nkulumane with the MP. In terms of the youth center, yes, we're going to pick up the youth center. So that is two things which we're going to pick up. The youth center won't be a youth center. We're going to have a bigger. So one of my ideas, so let me tell you so that you understand how I'm thinking. If you go into Nkulumane, you will see that there is a big beer garden, right? There's a big beer garden. For example, when you're walking around Nkulumane, as you go to the housing office, there's a huge beer garden. No one sits there. I don't know if they've put a business there now. We want to have something like that big. And then we have various projects in there. So it won't just be a youth center. It will be bigger. So just look at that size. That is what we're looking at. We will then do a lot of things. And it will be 24 hours. So hours will be 24 hours. You'll be able to walk in at any time, but it will be access controlled. So you won't be able to just enter if you're not from Nkulumane. We're going to put fingerprint access on it. So you have to register to get in there. And it will be 24 hours. You'll be able to come and access internet. You'll be able to come and do your projects. You'll be able to come and have a meeting. We're going to have probably a little lodge or hotel there where your visitors can come and sleep. We're going to have storage. So you'll be able to rent storage in there. I'm just giving you some of the smaller things that we're planning to do. So that is for the youth center. It will be more of a innovation center, not a youth center. So that is from his plan. I'm not reading from my own here. I'm reading from his plan. But before I go further, because remember I've got two plans. My plans is the smart city and employment creation. And then we're going to pick up what he's already talked about, which is registering and then the youth center. So we've got four things now. So keep this behind your mind as we speak, as we watch what he said later. I'm going to do another 2 minutes, then we'll finalize. I don't want to talk for longer because this is not a one-man show. He has said it, an MP is not a one-man show. He said it. So let's see what he said about the other plans.
And I happen to have one incident where in Ward 23, the neighborhood committee had a challenge after catching red-handedly some thieves who were carrying some gadgets in the middle of the night. They had to call the police station, and the police officers, they had no transport to come to the scene. And I myself had to drive the neighborhood team together with the gadget that they recovered after the thieves had to run away to the police station. So this shows that we are not yet safe as Nkulumane. So we need to facilitate and also to support such kind of security measures within our constituency. We are going to establish neighborhood committees, watch committees together with Osbute, the square leaders within our constituency, so that we are all safe. We know others work at night. Abantu abasebenza ebusuku bengena ama-night shift, they need to be safe in Nkulumane. And even those cars abachovisayo ababuya eNkulumane, be it ama-combis or ama-Honda Fits, I know there are taxis abachova ebusuku be-transporta our residents after imisebenzi ethile kuma-night shifts. So they also equally need to be safe, and we want to assure abantu bonke that Nkulumane will be a safe zone that far. So this is what we're going to be practically doing, and also guided by the Nkulumane Constituency Development Plan that was devised by the people of Nkulumane themselves on March 24 and also launched on May 25. I can assure the people of Nkulumane that the office of the MP is not an individual, and it will never again be an individual. Even for those yet to come, we have created structures and pillars that will tap into the people of Nkulumane and also give feedback as well. So this is what we expect to achieve as abantu beNkulumane and to.
Okay, what amazing last words. even those who are coming, the office of the MP will never be a one-man office. And it's so sad that our MP has passed away. But remember, our community, it has to build up. So Gambakwe will come and go. Our MP Desire Moyo has come and gone. We have technology. So we want to build up one of the best communities, and a good leadership is what you need. If you've got poor leadership, you are going to always blame others. So if you've got a poor leader, you are going to blame other people. A good leader, if you put them in a desert with nothing, when you come back after 10 years, there'll be a lot. So that's what I want to do for Nkulumane. Nkulumane is got a lot of problems. One of the biggest problems, unemployment and poverty. So there's so much poverty in Nkulumane. There is no money. The infrastructure is dilapidated. There's poor security, as we heard, and our old people are struggling. So those are the problems that have been identified. We're going to continue. I'm completing his term. So I hear someone saying, yeah, now you're copying our president, my president, implement your own visions. So you must understand, Armstrong, we are we are finishing someone's term. So after that, I will be running for president. But let us agree that he's got some very good ideas. So we're going to take some of the things and give them to the councillors, and then we're going to empower the councillors. So let's say we've got $50,000. I don't know if we're going to get that money every year. Let's say we've got $50,000. One of the promises that I will make to you guys is that we're going to buy, for a start, maybe 2 cars. We buy 2 cars that can patrol our constituency. And then we're also going to start working on how we fence off areas, certain areas in our constituency, so physical security. But I will leave all these social things to the councillors. So we're going to work very closely with the councillor. We're going to make sure that they have an office. So our councillor will have an office next to the MP's office in the Youth Innovation Center. We're going to have 2 offices. I understand we've got 2 councillors that I was talking about here. We're going to have 2 offices dedicated with someone who sits in that office, who is going to deal with the community. We're also going to have the website, Nkulumane.org, where you can make complaints, where you can report things, where you can set meetings with your MP. So you'll be able to go to Nkulumane.org and you'll be able to set up a meeting with your MP. You'll be able to set up a meeting with your councillor. We're going to register 3 groups of people at the beginning. That is our graduates. So anyone who's a graduate who finished school, we're going to register them. We're going to register our young families. And then we're going to register our diaspora. So people who are in the diaspora, we're going to register them. And then the second thing we're going to provide is housing. So in the smart city that we're going to create, we're going to make sure that these groups that I've talked about are going to get housing. So how many of the kids who were born in Nkulumane more than 35 years ago have got a house? So we want to address that issue. So everyone who's got a young family, recently married, we're going to make sure that you get a house. The structure will be set out, obviously. Diaspora, Nkulumane diaspora, you're going to get a house at Nkulumane. And it won't be these normal houses that you know. We're going to design something that will be built with professionals. Internationally, we'll go to the market and it will be part of a bigger design of a city, which we're going to present as soon as I become your MP. So the MP's job is not, according to me, to check the things that are happening inside. It's a higher level position where we have to look at how we are going to improve our constituency. Our councillors will do a lot of work. If there's a funeral, they're going to deal with it. If there is a security issue, they're going to deal with it. And we're going to form companies that will deal with things. So companies are going to be set up. With some of the youngsters in Nkulumane are going to be empowered with those companies. So one of them will get a tender to run the security company for our constituency. One will be able to get a tender to run solar for our constituency. So these lights we're talking about, they won't be done as a community thing. We're going to find a way of running them as a community, as a company. We're going to form a company that does electricity, to supply electricity to Nkulumane, probably through solar. We're going to do a gold mine. I'm just giving you things that we're going to do. And we're going to have a market. So our market, you'll be able to buy and sell. and you come to the office of the MP to exchange. So let's say you're selling a bed or you're selling a TV, you'll be able to come to the MP's office so that you don't get robbed, and you register there what you're selling, and then you'll be able to do your exchanges over there. In terms of housing, we're going to have a real estate company where if you're selling your house, if you're selling your stand, you go to the MP's office and you can do your transaction there. And obviously, there'll be a commission over there. We're going to do so well. And these are the things that I am promising you, building up from what the late MP, Desire Moyo, has said. So I think we're done. It's been 25 minutes. I want to bring this to an end. I like to talk, like you talk to me so much. Our meetings, our constituency meetings will be held online. So we'll be sitting like this. You'll be able to talk to everybody, and it will never be a secret. When I go to Parliament, you get a report. You'll see me streaming at Parliament. You'll see me streaming. Let me remove the website. It's not yet up, guys. The website is still not going to be up until there's a proclamation. So if there's no proclamation, the platforms don't come up, but they will be ready, because I don't want to be ahead of myself. And also there are other people that want to contest as MP. So those people are coming starting this Sunday. I know that a few of them are going to be in Nkulumane. I'm not going to mention names right now, but on Sunday evening, we're going to give you a report back on who else wants to be an MP that I know. And if you want to be an MP and you want me to know, WhatsApp me here. I am totally open to talk to anybody. So if you want to be an MP at Nkulumane in this particular race and you want to talk to me, WhatsApp me there. We don't want people that are going to contest without a plan. We don't want an MP with no plan. Desire Moyo had a plan. You saw it there. And I've unpacked it for you. Gambakwe has a plan. We don't want an MP that is going to come to the people with no plan or with the funny plans. You see, we don't want that. We don't want Nkulumane to be poor. If you vote me as an MP, you're going to have a job, you're going to have a house. Nkulumane will be amazing. Many people will come to Nkulumane to visit, to buy, to do commerce, and we have a smart city. So Nkulumane will become a smart city and will be a model, to be a model for the whole country. You're going to become wealthy, that I can promise you. So that is what we want to do. Unfortunately, it's not up to me. It's up to the residents and voters of Nkulumane. So don't be apathetic. In the past, we've had constituencies, people going to become MP with 400 votes, 500 votes. I want the election in Nkulumane to be a referendum. We want it to be a referendum. We want people to vote. 10,000 people. That's our target. We want 10,000 Nkulumane people to vote for Gambakwe. I want it to be emphatic, so that when you say we voted for this MP, we have good numbers, not small numbers. So that is what we want. And then let's look at the comments. Let's look at the comments. Gambakwe 2028, by elections. No. Guys, there's no election where there's no rigging. There's no country where there's an election. Even in the biggest country, which I won't mention, they are complaining about being rigged. So don't worry about rigging. Just have your numbers. If ZANU-PF comes, even if they bring 100 buses, we will never have an MP from ZANU-PF in Nkulumane. It will never happen. I can assure you, it will never happen. We will beat them so badly in Nkulumane. And then I will definitely support you. Yes, thank you very much, Mkoba Kuda. And also, we're going to have volunteers. You'll be able to volunteer to support us to pass the message. There'll be WhatsApp groups. And for guys in the diaspora, we are going to give you houses. So you're not going to have to walk to Nkulumane and drive there and be bothered. You just register yourself on our WhatsApp platforms and on our website, and we'll register you and let you know that here is your house that you're going to get. The actual payment structure, it will be there, but you will have your place, because we're going to make sure that we develop a real estate company. One of our biggest companies will be a real estate company. We're also going to gold mining. So money what you're going to get into gold mining, we're going to put into the constituency. So some of our CDF funds and obviously contributions will go into exploring how we can go into gold mining, the areas around Bubi. And remember, everything we do doesn't have to be done in Nkulumane. So we're going to go to other people in the city and come up with structures so that when you live where you're staying right now, we don't want you to go home and wonder, where do I start? It's so difficult for young people now. Over 35 years ago, Nkulumane was built. Nothing else has happened afterwards. The same Munyoro, the same road, the same bridge, everything that you're seeing in Nkulumane, it was there when I moved into Nkulumane in 1998. So when I first stayed in Nkulumane in 1998, the way that Nkulumane is structured right now, that is how it is. Probably they've put in the complex, which was built in 2000, around 2000, Nkulumane complex. But the actual people have nothing. So if you're a young person, you have nothing. So we don't want you to think, where am I going to go to do better? There's no country which can take you. So we're going to create a smart city. It will be amazing. It will be one of the biggest projects that we're going to implement. And so I'm focusing on employment, on real estate, and on the database. The database is coming from the late MP, Desire Moyo. He's the one who came up with the idea of a database. Then we're going to come up with the idea of an innovation center. He came up with the youth center. So the two things that I'm putting in, which he didn't have, is the smart city, employment, and real estate. And then obviously companies. So we're going to have, instead of doing things socially, we're going to have companies that do things. So we're going to register companies, and the development committee is going to stay. So the Constituency Development Committee is going to stay. It's going to be a company, and then it's going to own other companies. So it's going to be a shareholder, and then we'll give tenders. So tenders for light, tenders for security, tenders for fencing, tenders for road. They will come from inside of our development committee. And we don't have to go to council for those, because we're going to have a smart city. These things will happen inside the bubble of a smart city. What does a smart city look like? So a smart city looks like this. So let's be clear so that you guys understand. A smart city is closed. So it's closed like this. So everything happens inside a bubble. So when you look at a smart city, you can close the doors to the left and to the right, and then things happen inside. You'll be able to walk around, there'll be parking. So we'll give a tender for parking, you'll be able to charge for parking. We'll give a tender for grass, you'll be able to fix grass. People will be paying levies, people will be paying rent for shops. So these things are going to generate revenue. And that is where we're going to get money. That is why we need a bigger vision. An MP won't be sitting around looking at what happened this week on that street and so forth. And our councillors are going to become very busy. And to the councillors, you're welcome to contact me. Don't be surprised when I win the election. Don't then phone and say, our new MP, where can we contact him? Phone me now. Let's work together. You must also work with all the candidates. So if there are 10 candidates who want to be MP, WhatsApp them. Don't sit there as the councillor and say, I'm just going to sit here. No one has been elected. And now you must go to the constituency office and take up, because there's no MP, as the councillor who is there now and the development committee. Start working, continue working, because the MP has passed away. But his structures, as he said, the MP's office is not a one-man office. So don't stop the work. Continue what he was doing. Appoint someone among yourself as someone who's temporarily leading, a chairperson who's going to lead. And the councillors step up and lead, take leadership, and don't sit back, because our constituency has got a lot of problems that need to be solved. Are we happy? Are we all happy? Let's clap hands for MP Desire Moyo. He's got such an amazing plan that he put in place. The Nkulumane, let's read it properly. Nkulumane Constituency Development Plan, a 5-year plan that I will share with you. Unfortunately, I don't have the full document, but I will share it with you. That is amazing. I love it. Okay, I would like to thank all of you for watching. It's been a long day for me. I've got long days and long nights. But we're going to do it. We're going to do well. development does not come from government. So there's been a mistake in Zimbabwe. That development must come from government. Yes, MPs are in government, but development comes from the community, comes from the ground. If as a community you work together and you agree and you draft a plan, when you talk it to Mayor Coltart, when you take it to the councillors, they can't say no, because you are the owners of the community. So don't forget that our development comes from you, and our MP, Desire Moyo, has done so well. Unfortunately, he's passed away. As I promised, we're going to make sure that his family is taken care of. We're going to do it. And he's got, I'm sure, 2 young children. I've seen them during the funeral. We've also seen that he's got a wife. And there are many people who were relying on him inside of the constituency. But as I said, we need to move some of these things to the councillors. So as councillors, start looking at what I said. Security is going to be with the councillors. Community issues, someone passes away, it's going to be the councillors. And all the other things to do with what's happening in the community. Policing, they're going to be with the community. So if there's a pothole, we want the councillor to deal with it. You're not going to go to the MP and say there's a pothole. If there's a security issue or a security community security body, you're not going to the MP and say, let's deal with this security neighborhood watch. That is neighborhood watch is for the councillors. So there will be a separation of tasks. And councillors, now you're going to have a job, a big job. Your job is not to support the MP. As a councillor, your job is you have your own portfolio. We're going to create a portfolio for you, and you're going to have to work. When we talk of fencing, it's the councillor's job to fence a school. It's not the MP's job. To create market stalls. Right now, people are selling on the floor. It's the job of the councillors. So if you go to Nkulumane 5 right now, if it's dirty, you must make sure it's cleaned. So you must make sure that there are people who are paid. Everyone contributed $1 a month, and those people work, they clean every day. Nkulumane must look sparkling. If there is someone who is committing crime, it's the councillor's job to find that person and work with the police, make sure that they are apprehended and they are removed from the community. If someone who is sick, it's the job of the councillors to make a plan. And in future, we're going to have nursing. So we're going to be having nursing homes and also going to have a clinic and a hospital, a private one that are going to run. So those things are inside the responsibility of a councillor. So we must know, what does our councillor do? What does our MP do? Those things are going to be different. We've got a bigger picture and a bigger vision. And to be a councillor in Nkulumane, it's going to become such an attractive job. There will be so much competition because councillors are going to become some of the most powerful people in Nkulumane. Okay, I think we've covered it. Let's look at something else. You are working from Nangaba and Makore, opposing young people to stay the truth. Whoever talked to you will be arrested. Nyoka now, Traore, who sent a message to tell you that is going to Zimbabwe. Who told you that Traore sent me a message? I'm the one who told you. If I didn't tell you, where you going to know? I talk to everyone. So there's no person in Zimbabwe who is my enemy. We are all Zimbabweans. The problem is the politics of polarization and the politics of not wanting to take leadership. So what people do in Zimbabwe, they say that one must be the leader. That one must fix it. We're going to change this. We don't want people that say that one must fix. Let's create the structures. You heard what Desire Moyo said. We have created the structures that will last forever. That is governance pillar. It's got so many pillars on so many clusters, 11 of them. And one of the governance pillars is that there must be, a community must be run through structures. Because if one person does it, it's not enough. One person is not enough. I need to see you, Gambakwe, before you go to Zim. I need to pray for you. Otherwise, you won't make it. I'll make it. God is for everybody. Do you think I'm here because of my own power? No. So it will happen. And Nkulumane is going to do so well. As I said, on Sunday, other people are going to come. There are other people who are also going to want to be MP. But it will be a big loss for Nkulumane if you don't make me MP. So young people, make it happen. Make it happen. make me your MP. We'll do so well. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. It's been amazing, and I like talking to you. I've got more things to tell you in the morning, 5 a.m. Come over here and let's all talk. Zimbabwe is the greatest country, one of the most beautiful countries. My plan is that every single Zimbabwean must come back home. So that is what we want. We don't want a Zimbabwean in South Africa, in UK, in New Zealand, in Australia. We want you home. And that starts with building our community. You will see that within 5 years, Nkulumane will be like in New York. It will look like New York, because if we all back home and we are trading in our community, our money will start circulating in our community and will do so well. So don't be afraid to take leadership, take up leadership, support your leadership, and vote for Gambakwe. Thank you very much for watching, and a good night to you all.